It's Mike Dixon here with Eddie Hearn. So the results from the weigh-in today, obviously everybody, they made their weights, no issues. The biggest thing I want to know, Eddie, is with Hamadouche defending her title 7 times, do you feel like she has a chance against Mikaela?
I do. I think it's a really good fight. I mean, you look at them both on the scales. Like, Mikaela has a big size advantage. You know, she towers over Mavi, but that's going to suit Mavi. She's a pit bull in the ring. She doesn't stop. You know, she's going to be working every round. It's going to be a great fight because Mikaela's not afraid to stand and trade, and Mavi will be in her face the whole fight. I hope that if it goes the distance, we get a fair shake from the judges, because I think it will be a close fight. You see a lot, you know, people talk about these 2 and 3 minute rounds, but over 2 minute rounds, it is really difficult to win a round really clearly, especially when it's such a close fight. So I think it's going to be a really close fight. We're here to see Mavi unify the division. Obviously, we've got Terry Harper next week against Alicia. It's a great fight as well, and really excited for Friday's fights.
Yeah, so what came to the decision why these fighters agreed upon 3 minute rounds?
Yeah.
And would you like to see more of that in women's boxing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that, you know, it's difficult because I think commercially, from a sort of viewer's perspective, whilst you're trying to get people into the sport, I quite like the 2 minute rounds, right? Because I feel like sometimes, and this doesn't apply to these kind of fights, but the quality is not quite as good as it should be. But over 2 minute rounds, even the elite fighters that are great to watch, it's a fast pace, right? And I think that attracts people to watch. But I do think as people start supporting women's boxing more and it gains credibility as it should, then I think ultimately we have to move to 3 minute rounds, or we go 12 twos. Do you know what I mean? I don't think 10 rounds is enough for a championship fight. I think a world championship fight should always be 12 rounds. I would rather 12 twos than 10 threes, in all honesty, because I don't like 10 rounds at any level for a world title. So, going to be interesting.
Yeah, and outside of the biggest fight this weekend with Canelo Alvarez, what are you looking forward to for the month of November?
Well, we got Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos. I mean, even next week we got Kid Galahad, Terry Harper against Alicia, and then the week after we got Demetrius Andrade, Akhmadaliev against Rios, Julio Cesar Martinez against Arroyo, Kaylee Reese as well against Jessica Kamara. We've got 4 World Championship fights on November 19th. November 27th, we've got Teofimo against Kambosos. It's going to be a great fight. And then we just announced December 4, Devin Haney against Jojo Diaz. Have the press conference here tomorrow. December the 11th, Conor Benn will be fighting and Katie Taylor. And December 18th is Derek Chisora against Josie Parker rematch. So we've got a huge run coming to end the year, and looking forward to all those fights.
And a lot of boxing fans want to know, especially here in Las Vegas, what would it take to get Ebanie Bridges out here in Las Vegas for a fight?
Well, why not? I mean, look, she's a big part of our plans. I think we need to get her a world title shot next. She had a very good fight with Shannon Courtney. But we're going to see her probably February next year. That division's great. You know, you've got Jamie Mitchell, just won a world title, beat Shannon Courtney. Shannon Courtney going for the rematch there. You've got Cecilia Roman, you've got Ebanie Bridges, you've got Rachel Ball, and even at 122, you've got Ellie Scottney now. You know, it's all across female boxing is flying, and I'm sure we'll see Ebanie Bridges real soon.
Final question for you, Eddie. Off the top of your head, okay, give me your top 5 pound for pound women in boxing.
Women boxers. Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor. Clarissa Shields. Amanda Serrano. Actually, no. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields, Chantel Cameron, Terry Harper. It's close, you know. But again, the winner of this fight is going to be right up there. I think it's unfair. I'm going to be biased towards a lot of our
totally
our
understand.
Girls, but it's really close, you know. There's so many great fighters. Mikaela, Mavi.
Senicia Superbad Estrada.
Yeah, she's really good. Savannah Marshall in the UK is a good fighter as well. You know, just so many great fighters coming through, and looking forward to keep on promoting women's boxing.
Thank you so much for taking time out today.